It's a banging topic already because your reaction to it is like,
Mama. Well, I just want to introduce everybody to the podcast. Yeah, feel free to press record on that one for me, sir. That's a good man, right there.
Listen,
yeah, man.
what are you saying?
Oh, it's a gangster vibe today.
Yeah, what are you telling me?
Hey, yo, blur. I love my nuts and blur. Shout out to Lehsagal. Magal. BAU podcast.
We're here, man. We're here.
My name is Adil, aka House of Adil. What's your name, sir?
My name is
Yes,
Rakeem, aka
Yeah.
wax walba dushan ka wadaya. aka wax iska dhigayna waxba ogeyn. aka
Talk that talk, man. If you start the AKA, you gotta run with the AKA, man. AKA, we run with the AKAs.
No
You know
questions,
All right. This episode is gonna be about. It's about dating females that
Let me
have
just
difficult-
clarify this. Not have difficulty. He's trying to make it sound so nice.
No.
Dating Freshies, cuz.
No.
I'm joking,
For the
I'm joking.
females that have difficulty with the language barrier. So it could also be someone who speaks, I don't know, French, who's trying to maybe date someone who speaks, I don't know, Dutch.
I
and
don't know.
yeah, and what happens is in these scenarios that, you know, people fall for each other and they're trying to get to know each other, but there's a language barrier. Or we could just say a bunch of Freshies, you know what I mean, trying to make the moves in that.
There's not necessarily just the language barrier or Killiam. I'll duck and kill as well. Like everything, like just
okay,
the whole
would you
vibe.
think of the
waffle
accent? The accent one. If the accent is rabada.
Yes, please. I like your libis. What, you like her dress code? No, I like your libis. He's trying to say I like your lips, but all right, cool.
This episode is sponsored by Rubicon.
Why are we sponsoring everything, Neo?
No, we've been sponsored by these people, so.
When?
Oh yeah, Kenny, don't it? Yeah, خير خلك أسون كواد. ما أنكري. So
I haven't had juice in a long time.
Have you ever chat to a girl?
I haven't had to get a mango
Mango
lime Ribena. It's been a minute.
Quick question. I've already if I ever spoke to a girl that I think Grisi could be hey. I do don't know maybe Somali could be hey. It's one of them. Like, have you experienced that?
Oh yeah.
What do you mean? Oh yeah. Can you elaborate? Can you tell us a little? How did it go? Was it okay? No.
Not too well.
How did you even communicate? Like that must be like a nightmare. You know what I mean? I'm speaking on behalf of a friend right now, asking these questions. You mean I know nothing.
You don't know anything.
No. Innocent.
A friend of mine had issues with. Yeah. You remember that friend?
So, a friend of mine, but how did you deal with it? Like, and how long did it last?
Not long.
Voila. It was just like it just died because it was. She's saying blue, you saying green.
Oh, yeah. It's just like.
What's still everyone could is the
man. I don't even know where to start my life. Like, I don't know.
So from personal experience, you've never experienced time to someone after.
Oh yeah, no, I have.
Okay, you have.
Yeah, I have.
How did that look? Yeah, how did that go?
First of all, it's talking. No, typing is one thing.
Right.
You know when you're typing to each other, cool. But talking is another thing.
Right.
Some of them really speak good English when they type in. But when it comes to talking, the whole pronunciation and everything is just way off field.
Right.
What can I say? So, English one sort of thing. Like, you know that kind of phrases that people use.
Sentences that don't really make sense together. Like
English, like, or what was it? I'm trying to come up with something. I'm kind of listen. Go in the gear for me on this one.
Okay, so I've got something, right? So let's talk about culture differences. Yeah, and I got you. And a little into
if I knew culture, then I would have elaborated on that. But
no, I'm saying that we're gonna switch it up now.
Okay,
because that kind of like it's the town fan, and obviously what's getting So say for example, culture differences. So someone who's fresh, right? Who like say you're going on a date, right? And her idea of a date and your idea of a date might. Like, do you know what I mean? It might differ. There might be that difference between the two.
Elaborate what you've been through. Have you been through that?
No. But a friend of mine would mark out, let's say a friend of mine's first date. His first date with a girl that was like, so I think it was like, you know those dinner and a movie date. You know you know that safe bet. Like you go eat and then you go watch a film. And she's never been to a cinema. fresh there, like all the way like fresh. You gotta take the tag off fresh, like okay. You know what I mean? You know bag bas marka soo raadid diyaaradda, you know the bag marka lagu xiro iyo thing kaasa laga saaray. Okay, you fresh ha. She didn't know the cinema was. So they go out to eat. That went like all right. Then cinema got a soccer trying to get the tickets or whatever, and then. You know that there's a lounge bit that you chill. If you come there too early, you can hang out there, get coffee or whatever, get drinks or chill. Or there will be like some arcades or something you can do. Already there, she's like, "Oh, are we like here now? Like, what is this place?" Da 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 da. And he had to, like, pretty much explain. Do you know what I mean? The whole scenario of what cinema is, why it happens, film and stuff like that. And then literally go sit there was like super awkward because he was like, imagine Kof where it's
how
like,
is she though in the cinema? Man,
he goes just like where Panta high, like you know what I mean? The big ass screen. Then it will be like, you know how sometimes these action movies they'll be like
this one? Yeah.
You know, you love that, you're like, yeah, Fast and the Furious, they go fast. Are
you telling me? Because even back home you have cinemas, bro. You're like with big screens.
Okay, first of all, this is ages ago.
Okay.
This friend of mine.
I remember cinemas in 2000, bro. Well, even 2004, bro.
Yeah, but I don't know, bro. Okay, I can't explain because I know I never asked him hey, the way she from right? So for me, what I get that. Do you know what I mean? But that's like one silly example of a culture clash. Another example of culture clash can be maybe people that are not adventurous with food. So say you go out to eat and they haven't tried a certain type of food. Because I don't know. I know a lot of people that have sushi and that type. You know what I'm saying? So sushi, imagine at Gaysimit that's never been to sushi. Like, and I'm sure most people have that common sense. You can look around and see what other people are doing, you just do it. But there are still that like raw fish, sushi, what is this? Like, no, I can't. So
bro, this is why I could never get married from anyone back home, bro. Remember we discussed this.
You can never be married to what?
Remember on the Honey Love episode we discussed something about that long distance relationship, Hassan, and we discussed getting married for someone
outside
yeah,
that's what I mean. And then you grew up here and know the lifestyle here.
So I could just not clap. We would never. Well, I know Gary go what about how to do. I'm driving like that, yeah.
How are you driving?
And she's just looking around everywhere. Happened building me Arkansas.
Wow, so do tiny can you know? Is it one of them ones?
You know, how can I do stack? Well, I love traffic light, but
you got to start from Elif with these ones.
Listen, some of them probably have.
I've got a little something I want to read, right?
Alright, go on.
So it says here, I want to be with a British man. I say that because I want to be with a man who's had a similar lifestyle and upbringing to mine and lived in the same culture. That's much more likely to happen with a guy who's born and raised in Britain than what back home. It's a bit like on that topic, and it's a bit like what we're talking about now. But I feel it depends on Qofka how they, because this person here, the issue how they're thinking narrow-minded, they're not thinking open-minded, right? If you can find a person, it could be someone literally meager right now society that has born and raised there, never seen nothing but even wadanki, right? They have never seen nothing else, don't know nothing else, no technology, no electronics. They haven't, like, do you know what I mean? They just live like, you know what I mean? That life that they live in, like they get up their routine there and they do what they do on a song and they're done for the day. If this person somehow, because that's what we're kind of doing it like that, do you know what I mean? If this person has an open mind, you know what I mean, and is open to try things and explore and experience things, then it wouldn't be a problem. But same person, who's had those experiences and upbringing, at the same time, is the biggest issue. Do you see what I'm saying? Because now you're not willing to try nothing. Now you're not willing to like move on from the stage that you're at of lacking in knowledge of certain things, whatever they may be, like everyday lifestyle things. But you can maybe like, okay, wow, no. There's people like, you know, the Amish. You've heard of the Amish somehow. You know about the Amish people?
No.
The ones that is basically that had the who don't believe in technology, they don't believe in anything electronic.
Right.
So
Still we're not,
till this day today, they live in certain places. The America, man, them basically where they literally live like back in the day, farming. So you're gonna go get the milk from the cow. There is no. They don't go to shops. Nothing. They have no phones. No nothing. Community school they couldn't know in, and that's how they keep in touch. There is no internet, no nothing. And what they do is I think it's called a rum springer or something like that. Which is basically what happens is I think Hablo as well, they get to go and explore the world or something. Yeah. And then they get to go try it.
90
day Amish thingy وين they don't even leave their little thingy. Rum springer. Okay, so rum springer is the rite of passage during adolescence, translated in English as jumping or hopping around. Used in some Amish and Mennonite communities, the Amish, a subsect of the Anabaptist Christian movement, intentionally segregated themselves from other communities as part of their faith. So for Amish youth, the Rumspringer normally begins around the age of 14 to 16 and ends when youth chooses baptism within the Amish church, or instead leaves the community. So basically what they do is at that age you either go out there and then you live that life or you're like, yeah, it's not for me, I don't like it, I prefer my upbringing, and then they come back, they get baptized, and then for the rest of their life they're Amish. What was the whole point of this Amish thing?
Because they live in that like complete lifestyle without
segregated, separated from everything. But what they don't even leave, like let's say this whole area, this little island they have done, right? So imagine all of this where and the next nearest town is like a minute. So you the way they the way London, there's certain areas that they got the schools, hospitals, like everything is like their own thing, their own doctors. So you the most of that society but they don't really too tough, especially the Orthodox there's a group within the Jewish community where literally and other sides, because they don't want they don't want the influence from, you know what I mean, social media, these people whoever else, what they're doing, they don't want that to influence their kids and their societies, so they close them off and they have everything themselves. You don't go to literally go to Jewish schools, you're not allowed to go to a normal secondary school. Yeah, it's like that. I'm forgetting the whole point, but I know we like going towards somewhere right now.
We went a little bit off field, but yeah.
So can I imagine? They've come to do Rumspringer, you go on a first date, you see what I'm saying? And then it's like, ooh, what's a cinema? What's a car? Because literally they use horses and like they use like animals really as power, as manpower. So what's this? What's a coffee maker? Imagine on your first day, one wash, I can say, yeah, so coffee machine can be you see what I'm saying? Toilet, bro. They have to go. We need to have the old school toilets. They had a washing machine, you hang it up. Imagine that, bro. So there's plenty of people like that doing control, right? Imagine first day like that.
That's crazy, bro.
2018 and it can still happen. Like you might bump into.
I might go off field on this one, yeah. You know the whole different dialect, especially within that culture.
The different dialect, north and south. Hey.
And have you ever dated someone from south?
I can speak on behalf of my friend and say yes, he has.
Okay, what did he tell you?
He said, but like, what do you mean in terms of dialect? Like,
you know, no,
there might be certain words. Yeah, okay, yeah, I'll give you that. There might be certain words you're like, yeah, nah, I don't even know what that means still. But there's even certain words in like English or like, you know, that's like everywhere. There's certain words where you'll be like, yeah, I don't even know what that means. But I think 9 times out of 10, the Somali language, right, unless it's like really horrid there, 9 times out of 10, because of the sentence, you can kind of roughly guess what they're talking about. Do you know what I mean? Because of everything else, and then what came after, you'll be like, okay, I kind of guess, I've never heard that word before, but I roughly know that we're talking about food, or we're talking about, you know what I mean, or something. But no, I haven't had any issues with understanding anybody. Unless, like I say, Kiwa, when I once upon a time worthy today, then there's always words you're like, to this day today, even like my mom might drop a word to this day today, I'm like, what does that mean? Do you know what I mean? It's because it's just like you ain't heard it all yet. And do you know what I mean? You think you've heard it all yet, but the Somali language, it's interesting because there's so much more to it, and there's layers to it as well. Like af Arabic baa ku jira, Italian baa ku jira, English baa ku jira, Somali. There's like it's so like mixed that you're bound to hear something. You're like, I don't know what that means. Do you know what I mean? So, but from an aspect of me talking to someone now, I haven't experienced too tough where I'm like, I don't even understand what this person is saying. It's a different language. I haven't got to that stage. Have you?
No.
No, that was a nice sweet answer. No,
No,
it's great.
maybe.
No, I haven't. Man, it's all good.
No, I'll just ask you because I just wanted to see if you have ever experienced that. But I don't want to فهمي. There's obviously كلمة أنا تفهمي كذا
طبعا.
here and there, but you could just sort of like
Always.
do the maths a little bit and say, okay,
Yeah.
حكى وقتي قبل وقدر نهارتها. The وقتي they say it completely different.
Because they say it the Italian way.
Yeah, no, like
If it's out.
no, 4 o'clock ما كنت هاي. No, when it's
So
10
it'll be
o'clock.
labada.
No,
It'll be
no.
2. It's the
10
opposite
o'clock.
end of the.
So it's like 10 o'clock وحوالي أفر ساعة.
It'll be 4. And
8 o'clock والله بس ساعة.
8 o'clock while lava.
Yeah.
After that, so 12 o'clock will be 6. 6 will be 12. It's it's like opposite end of the finger. Yeah. But yeah, so but those things you kind of like. Quite like you have. If you've never heard that before, you're gonna be like, what is that even like? Do you know what I mean? Why is it the opposite ends? But once you heard it once, it's one of those like, all right, I get where this is heading. Do you see what I'm saying?
And another thing هوتا قف وضن كيما كنت as well, definitely. هوتا قفت وضن كيما كلاقا كانوا. And this goes back to getting married for someone back home, and you bring her here. Yeah, the whole culture clash. Afki wahol, but it's just going to be completely the opposite. What
about okay? Listen. Sorry. Well, I've completely thought about something else. What about the Somali that have married outside of like a non-Somali, and it could be any non-Somali. It could be Adan. It could be Arab. It could be Africa, the Calais. It could be whatever. What do you think of that? Is that like, what's your opinion on that? Because I think we spoke about it before a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
But we never really
audio version, we
never really dived into it too tough. What do you think of that? Do you think at some point while it's treated or not? Because now you have to imagine someone that you bring to your mum and it's my family.
Are you talking about me personally, what I would do, or what my opinion is, or what's
your personal opinion there? Because that's all you got there. How can I say your personal opinion?
I can only speak for me there. I know me personally, I would not get with someone outside the race or kind of that.
Outside the race at all?
Because
why?
Number one, who is fahman, you know, and it's important for a mother and daughter-in-law and a mother-in-law in this fahman and all of that. That's number one there. Number two, the upbringing of the kids. So that's another thing. So number one,
but couldn't you agree on those terms before you get married and then have everything like straight in a sense of,
but this
for
is
example,
what I'm saying. That's why I would personally, myself, I wouldn't.
You wouldn't, because you wouldn't want to compromise on those things.
Yeah.
But would it be doper than can say, for example, Arabic bagursite and of Arabic no Urdugisan, of Somali no Urdugisan, like Mahakashala. Do you know what I mean? Like,
no, I get what
because
you're saying,
right now our kids are gonna have to learn English anyway. Our kids are gonna have to learn they have to learn Arabic anyway. And then Afghan so they're already going to be multi languages anyway.
Yeah,
I get the one with hoyoyo, because that one is a bit tricky. Do you know what I mean? Like you have to sit there and translate every time. They can't just have like a that conversation, even or a simple conversation, because
it's like, out of crazy. If I was going to do it, that's just for sure.
Yeah, but that is a no-brainer. That marka is like. She has to have a pulse back as well. A pulse. What? That's basic. She has to have. I like
that's a mad.
Because that is like, that's a must there in a Muslim Thai, of course, man. That's a. Do you know what I mean? What we talking about marka. But I think wallahi, like, I think it's actually calm to marry outside the race. I just feel like 9 times out of 10, especially the people in the public eye, when they do it. It's a bit like it almost looks like a move more than like a, and Allah A'lam, I don't know, so I can't really say whether it's a da'at like thing or if it's like for publicity or whatever it is, right? But the funny quick side thing about marrying outside the race, have you noticed, and I don't know if we spoke about this before, I know you and I have spoken about it in general, but I don't know if we spoke about it on the podcast. In general, when people marry or get to like a certain level of success in life, typically they go for a non-Somali that person, whether it's a man or a non-Somali wife or a woman non-Somali husband. When they get to a certain level of success, And I don't know if that's always in direct correlation between, well, in the community of the people I'm around, I haven't been able to find someone with the same mind state, the same level of ambition, motivation as me, and all these people are just useless. And now I found this Adan guy who's like super dope. I know Hannah, I've got a PhD and blah blah blah. So our interests are aligned with this Adan guy more than the average Somali person. Do you see what I'm saying?
Sir.
I don't know if that's like always like a direct correlation, but I've noticed sort of that is what's happening. But
let me tell you something. Like if it's Adan or anyone outside our actual culture here, have you noticed how? And when I'm speaking for our Somali men, especially, majority of us won't really do what these other quote outside our race would do. Does that make sense? So that typical
like what?
That typical breakfast in bed, you know, that typical things that you know.
So you're saying Somali men are not romantic?
I didn't say that. And I'm not saying all Somali men.
Relaxed and high.
I didn't say that.
Breakfast in bed, yeah. Anybody know that game?
But عشان ما سمعت هذا يدي ما تقدر نقول لك كشقينا صوت دالن.
No, it's so very small. So it has to be at a certain temperature as well, man. They're very particular.
Yeah. Or
so what has it دالين بالله?
Not only that,
I think we should do a whole episode about how romantic Somali men are. Because I've heard a few times in my car, right?
That's going to be next episode.
I've heard like people talking about that.
Another thing, bro. When she needs a babysitter, have you noticed most of our sisters, will either take it to the mother-in-law or she'll take it to her mom for the kids, you know, look after Gray. You see where I'm coming from? But when it's a Adan guy, or when it's
I forgot. Romantic Somali
man. Okay,
go on.
50%.
50%, huh? Go on. What are you saying?
I look like and Adan will probably say, listen, I'm not the yellow man, you know, like I'll look after the kids, this and that.
Have a night off.
Have the night
babe,
off. And it's not
even.
You
should have a night off.
And it's not even. You know what we're doing is so she's not even asking him. It's one of those. He'll give that suggestion, so he'll be like, you know, take the night off. Like she's gonna be on some night shift. She's been working 6 days a week. So it's go out with your girls. I got the kids. I gotta tell you. So you don't want. You know, let's say you don't want to receive the call every time you're or she's chilling with her homegirls or whatnot, and she gets a call every 20 minutes. What do I do? Or the baby is crying, like why? Like I've tried literally everything. What do I do? Hide this and that.
Because like what? How can they have those calls?
This is the thing though. Like, and this is the reason why they'll take their kids rather to the mother-in-law, but their mom or someone that literally could look after kids in it. Like there's a lot of majority men. I'm not saying all Somali men, but a lot of them that have that problem of
just can't hold their kids down.
They can't hold it down. You know, they can't easily put them to sleep in that.
No, that's important. You gotta have that bond with your kids, man. That's important. You gotta be able to
man
do
will
these
literally
things.
take the wifey out on like regular holidays as well, man. Oh, we gotta go out for the weekend. Road trip, I'm scared of taking that. I'm back on taking that. Just that little refreshing type of vibe. I gotta tell you.
Yeah, but what you're talking about right now is you're the way they kind of approach certain things. I don't think that has to do with Adan in the middle.
No,
yes, Adan will definitely have. They think that.
No, the reason why your question was why the girls are going more for.
But I'm talking about more successful. But I'm talking about successful people that do that. The average person that excuse me, I don't think it has anything to do with that because I get what you mean, and I'll give you that. Yes, there is an element of truth to what you're saying, but there's still a lot of people that still do the same thing, or Somalia, what you say right now, go on holidays, take care of the kids.
No, I don't disagree on that.
No, I'm saying, but I think a lot of times, before, like when two people get to know each other, it doesn't matter what race, religion, creed, like color you are, right? Two people is baranayan that they should keep it real, and they should know what they want, and not just on what you think is nice from movies and books that you read, or you watch a little Hollywood romantic movie, and now you're thinking like it's gonna be like that. Do you know what I mean? It's like sitting to the side of the and fucking what's the other little la lanyo, and then all of a sudden they want to live their life like that. It doesn't work that way. Do you see what I'm saying? But realistically, what can you bring to the table? What can I bring to the table? And what you bring to the table would dictate somehow what you can demand back. If you're a piece, this is what we spoke about in one of our episodes as well. Like a chick who's working at Burger King who let you flip burgers at Burger King, and there's nothing wrong with Burger King, but
get your game up.
Then what you bring to the table and what he's bringing to the table is way different, and you're expecting too much in return. So I don't call him, I got £100. I want to travel the world for £100.
It's not gonna happen. So yeah.
But yeah, so I think expectations have to be met with look yourself in the mirror and say, what am I bringing to the table? You see what I'm saying? And then from there, you know what you want and what you can demand based on what you're giving out, the energy and the the vibe that you're bringing out. What was this whole point?
Just being with someone that
no, the whole episode, what was it? Episode 31 was about what? What
was about. Well, if I say that name, it's just going to sound really wrong.
Oh, dating outside the culture. Dating outside the culture, behind. Two Freshies, with that. Yeah. So, okay. Cool, man. But yeah, man, that's interesting. Now we get into the part of the show where we are going to highlight someone who has commented a comment.
Do excuse me, Momsy's calling. So it has to be a pickup thing. How long have we got left?
We got a couple of minutes. Let me just quickly give. Do you want to pick it up?
And then you could just read that out.
I'm gonna read out. Okay, I'm gonna go a bit further down this time, all the way down to. This comment Hawaiian from which one? There's a lot of good ones, man.
Are we doing the comment of the episode?
Yes, so this one is from Nora Miss. This is on YouTube. Nora Miss on episode 20. She writes, I never ever post a comment on YouTube, but this show I love, mashallah. Can't wait on more videos from. Can't wait on more videos. Much love from Holland.
Thank you,
Nora. You are amazing.
Nora.
We've replied to your comment as well.
Did we reply to her?
Oh yeah, we always reply to everyone and saying thank you very much for your support. We appreciate every single person that writes. So that was the highlight comment of the week. I hate Nora, Miss. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Nora. Amazing. We appreciate that.
And for anyone else that keeps watching and ain't commenting, I think I spoke to you guys before. Feel free to come out the hole and start commenting. You get me? And the question of the week, would you date a person who's fresh off the boat or from a different culture? What is the craziest experience that you've had where someone, for example, like I didn't know what cinema was type vibe. Have you had anything similar like that? Leave it in the comments below and we will continue the conversation there. My name has been Adil, Musbadilin at any given time, aka House of Adil, aka follow me on Instagram if you need to.
Talk to them.
Aka I'm going to be on live, but had more than 5 people in that way and I'll never go live again.
One more time.
Aka we're sponsored by Fiji, aka we're sponsored by Rubicon and the Hancho Extra, aka I'm gonna leave it with Rakeem now. This has been episode 20. No, we in the 30s now, man.
Yeah,
we're in the 30s, man. We're growing up, man. Yeah, no more teens, no more 20s. Now we're in the 30s. Go on.
It's Rakeem.
Yeah.
AKA I'm gonna steal your girl without even trying. AKA got that Adan money. AKA I'm drinking Ribena juice since about 6 months ago.
Boom.
No more juice. It's always been water.
Boom.
AKA sponsored by Extra.
Bullet.
AKA
Bullet.
Right underneath this YouTube comment, make sure
subscribe, man.
Subscribe, man. AKA it's
every
free.
time I come to subscribe, what kind of you? If someone couldn't subscribe one down is only what about Katawa Bernard new Malak Bakabasa? No more daily billing up ahead. Yeah. Telephone give him a kilo mega machine. Internet account Kuso Gilly mega machine. What I don't think Gilly. Only here on good chill. I'll be subscribing with it. Alright, sorry, I just get heated at the times, man. I do apologize, guys. Thank you for watching. We do appreciate it.
Thank you for watching.
Peace out.
Peace.
Yeah, I had to give it to